Welcome back to the Dragon's Lair, everybody. My name is Wade, and this is my show Let's Talk, where we talk about Warhammer 40k, specifically Tyranids. So I wanted to do a couple things because we got a lot to talk about, new stuff, new stuff. I did see somebody in one of the groups that I'm in talk about new stuff came out. How do I find out? And where do I find out? I didn't know. I didn't used to know how to do this, and now I know where to look. So I want to share that with you guys. So you want to start with going to the Warhammer website. And then once you're there, up in the upper, or sorry, along the top there, I highlighted it, Warhammer Community. That's the very first link that you want to grab. And I'm going to post this all in the description, the links. But anyways, once you got that, see this where I drew this arrow on the right hand side there? It's a pretty crappy arrow, but you want to mouse over that, hover over that. And when you hover over that, then this will pop up in the middle of the screen. It'll pop up in the middle of the screen. And right there where it says Warhammer 40k, that's the link that you want to click because there are other games, where there could be downloads. But you want to do that. And then, so this is what the next screen looks like. I scrolled down just to show you all the stuff that's there. And to tell you a really good story, see where it says recently added 15. So that's a category, and that category right now is expanded. So this is when it's collapsed and expanded. Okay, so you see like down in the right hand corner there where it says field manual, Minotaurum field manual. That is where the points are. So you see the date where it's been updated, and you got to remember it's British dates. So the center is the month, and all the way over to the left is the day. So that's where the points are. Just like in the bottom, all the way over to the left, where it says balanced data, that's where the new rules are. So like when our Synops changed, and when the Tyrannifex canon changed, and the Cyclophage changed, and all that stuff, that's where you get that. So like the new Raveners are here, and the Subterranean Assault. I'm going to do a video that covers the Raveners. I'm going to do a video that covers the Subterranean Assault, all that stuff. Anyways, that's how you find it. And it basically changes once a quarter. There's new info once a quarter. Not everybody gets something once a quarter, but it's how they keep the game current. And actually, I really do like it. It's obnoxious that our codexes are full of rules that no longer matter or no longer work. But let me tell you what, it's way better than getting sucky rules that never change, and you have to go through a whole cycle of codexes, a whole edition, with it never being fixed, addressed, or getting something better. And that's, friends, if you've been around in this hobby for a long time, you know that's the way it used to be exclusively. Exclusively. So the fact that they're doing something different, I'm a big fan of that. So I'm not going to complain too much there. So we're going to look at points now. I do feel like we got a pretty decent glow up here as far as points wise. So when you're looking at this, anything with a down arrow is going to be where the points went down, and it shows you there -10 per model, -20. Sorry, -10 for 3 models, -20 for 6 models. And when something goes up, it's in red, and there's an up arrow. So that's how you know what changed. Okay, so what changed? Hiveguard suck. I'm not convinced. I don't like Hiveguard. Their shot cannon sounds good on paper. The problem is the wounds do not convert, so you won't get kills. And I mean, if you're not killing stuff, why are you shooting? The Impaler cannon sounds cool. I've got 6 Hiveguard modeled with the Impaler cannons. And right now, it's not doing anything for me. there's too many other things that are too good not to take. You should be taking exocrines. You should be taking Tyrannifexes. And I'm just talking from a standpoint of what does well. You should be taking Zonothropes. And I'm not talking about like having fun with your buddies, because we all like to play silly things and have fun with our buddies. That's really cool. What I'm saying is what does well. Because if you're consistently taking models that don't perform well because of their rules, you're going to consistently get your face handed to you, like I did for 20 years. 20 years. um, I am playing better than I've ever played. I'm winning more games than I've ever won. And I do play at the RT level here in Lansing, Michigan. And I don't have a great record, but I have a good time. And that's what the hobby's about, right? Right? Painting awesome models, playing cool battles, meeting new friends, and stuff like that. So, yeah, having a better time than I've ever had. Hive Tyrant went down 30 points. I rocked a Hive Tyrant for a lot of years. And right now, I think we're going to see some Tyrant shenanigans just because 195 going down 30 points, that's pretty big. A lot of times you see points go up or down by 5 or 10, and it barely affects anything. I think that's going to be impactful. Psychophages went up 15 points. That's not the end of the world because they're way more useful now. Way more useful now. It would probably be worth redoing a psychophage deep dive. I've got deep dives for almost everything in the codex on my channel. Go check it out. Screamer Killer down 10 points. I'm not convinced. The Screamer Killer gets melted on its way in. Maybe not now in Subterranean Assault, but once again, there might be better options to take other than a Screamer Killer. And I'll get into that. Watch the Subterranean Assault video. So maybe with the Screamer Killer, maybe. Swarm Lord went down 20 points. Swarm Lord's a pretty big dude in the CP generation. I put him in my Crusher Stampede, and I'm pretty happy about it. Winged Hive Tyrant went down 30 as well. 170, I feel, is pretty cheap for what he hands out. His high toughness, his invulnerable save, his Bone Sword and Lash Whip. I'm not happy with his psychic power, but he's a good let me deep strike in and make you worry about me kind of model. So overall, I really feel like points we got a glow up. This was a good change for us, and I think we're going to see a lot of cool lists. So that comes out of the field manual. And now, so this is the balance data. And a lot of this stuff is old hat. So this is where you get, where we got our +1 strength with instant ops and the Shadow of the Warp boost. So I'm not going to cover a lot of this old stuff. I do want to focus on the new stuff, which is the Psychophage. So check this out. The Psychophage now moves 12, so that's up from 8. That's really good. It now has the smoke keyword. It's the only Tyranid that has the smoke keyword, which means you can use the smoke stratagem and give him cover, which is cool. That'll be useful, keeping him alive. So they did take away his Feel No Pain and his Feel No Pain aura. And there's a lot of people out there that are like, oh my gosh, the end of the world because the aura's gone. I don't want to fight you. I'm just saying, if you were counting on that aura, if your whole army was held together by the glue of this aura, I got questions about your list. And like I said, I'm not trying to fight people. I'm just saying I don't think that the Psychophage Feel No Pain aura was the glue holding lists together. So some really cool things is they changed his smoke that he shoots. So now when you shoot somebody and you're gonna hit them because it's a Tauren attack, everyone else that hits them, the armor penetration increases by 1, which is really good. That synergizes the whole list. Everything else that you take with it, really cool. Then they changed the melee attack, so it's 6 attacks straight, which is great because you were getting really swingy rolls on the first one. Weapon skill 3, which is okay, but it gets better than that. Strength 6, AP 2. AP 2 is pretty good, and 2 damage, pretty good. Keep in mind, he gets a +1 to hit if the unit that he's attacking starts off at below starting strength, and he gets a +1 to wound if they're below half. So pretty cool stuff. I think I'll do a deep dive on the Psychophage, the new Psychophage. But we want to say thank you for spending your time here with us at the Dragon's Lair.